were the people that were trying to do Whisper Network bullshit inside of this fucking thing from the start. We are here to do a job. We are here to provide for the customer and make sure they are not fucked around again, right? And what we're gonna just let people in, and they were polite, but you guys don't know. Like
I don't, Liam. I don't.
Be glad you don't.
That's why you're here.
Let's exactly. It's ridiculous. I don't have time for games, ladies and gentlemen. I honestly do not. I have too much going on. I've taken a day here because it's election day, and we're gonna have a fun little.
It's not stream. Your election day. It's our election day.
Yeah. Well, it is. Your election day is the one that.
Oh no, your day is Felix Haas Appreciation Day. Our day.
True. Yes. Right. Please appreciate Felix, people. Give him some appreciation and shit.
Or DTFO.
Yes.
Liam, I gotta get the heck out of here because I gotta go.
You do. See you later. If this is true, bring me Ethan Van Sciver. If this is what he said and it was not a joke, bring him to me.
What are you talking about?
Now.
Who?
EBS and Malin streamed with him for hours. It's clear to me that Nasser will return with open arms.
Oh, you want to get Nasser in here or EVS?
No, Ethan. Bring me Ethan and John. Bring them to me now. I'll be live all day.
What are you talking about? Who are you? Orange Emperor?
That's right. Emperor. I'm the Orange Tyrant. Bring them to me. I'm online. I'll be online all day. They can tell it to my face. They can say it to my face. They can tell me I'm wrong to my face.
If
this is what's going on. If this is what's going on, share the stream out. I'm waiting. I'll wait because I will not abide this. Got people saying
if EVS shows up, I'll leave. You know what?
Yeah.
If y'all can get EVS in here, I'll leave.
Everyone does because we'll deal with this. I will not tolerate this.
And I know y'all want me to leave.
You're not in a position to say who is not comment scared? Sure, I am. Sure.
Anyways, I just thought I'd start the stream with that, you guys. Welcome, everybody. Welcome. We had such a fantastic stream last night, didn't we? Last night's stream was super popular, and like Superfly Ghost points out here, he says, you did really good yesterday bringing Ethan and Mike together. Actually ended up rippling through every CG stream for the rest of the night. You should be really proud of yourself. Yeah, I caught part of Ethan's stream last night before bed. I still got to finish the rest of it. I listened to part of Mike's today. After I finished writing earlier, I listened to part of Mike's, and yeah, it did ripple through pretty much every subsequent stream from yesterday. So yeah, it's pretty popular. It's already become one of my most viewed streams. I think it has 1,100 views. I just checked before I started the stream, and it also broke a record for most live people I've ever had watching a stream. We had 162 people watching it live. I wonder how many we'll get this time. We'll see. We've got 10 people in here. Actually just went up to 12 guys. Hit the thumbs up, thumbs down, whichever you prefer. Share out the link. Let's get some more people in here, and of course, guys, buy my books. But yeah, we'll see if we could get some more pals in here like we had on the last stream. I haven't invited anybody just yet because there's a couple things I wanted to take a look at, and I thought I'd take a look at them. And then maybe after I looked at them, we'd get some people in here, maybe to comment on it too. But let me see what else we have going on in the chat. Of course, we got JP Lenhart here. Says hello, Nasser. Hello, dude. Nice to see you here. Let's see. Superfly Ghost says timing worked into your favor and you took advantage. Let's see. I agree with Superg. Do you mean with Superfly Ghost? Alrighty, dudes. But guys, there was recently, actually, I think it was only like an hour ago, probably. There was actually a Brutus update from that liar thief, Donald Delay. Oh, and hey, Gigadeath, nice to see you here in the chat, dude. One of our longtime regulars that recently has come back to the channel. It's nice to see you here, man. But there was recently an update from that liar thief fraud Donald Delay, and so I thought we'd take a look at the update. We would take a look at some of the comments on the campaign. We'd take a look at a couple updates that contradict each other. Actually, more than a couple updates. I think we're going to look at least 4 of them, and they all just contradict each other, and some just really gold stuff in the chat. Actually, I'm going to refresh the campaign page so I see if there's any more comments on it. No new comments, but because it's got a little traction recently, so I wanted to see if it went up. But anyways, let me just get this link right here copied and pasted one more time for the Eternity trilogy. So if you guys want to check out my books, I'm at 6 sales for the month. I sold 6 books really early this month, and I really want to get to 10, you guys. And there's still plenty of time left this month. So I have 5 books on Amazon. This link right here takes you to a trilogy, but all 5 of them are in the description. So if someone wants to buy like 4 books or buy all 5 to get me to that double-digit threshold, or I guess technically more like a double-digit mark for this month, I would appreciate it, because I really want to get to 10. I'm at 6. I just need 4 more, guys. But hello, Tom. Nice to see you here. Hello, Full Custom Hot Dog says Nasser Chef Theater or Nasser Chef Theater. I don't know. Let's see. Superfly Ghost says that Donald situation continues to devolve into worse SHIT somehow with each update, bro. For real. For real. Like, I've lost so much respect for Donald. I actually don't capitalize his name anymore. That's why if you look at the title of this stream, it just says Afterlife with Nasser in all caps, and then Donald is in lowercase, and then everything after Donald is in all caps, because I just don't capitalize his name anymore. I just have no respect for him. Dang, Nasser jumped about 40 subscribers since last night's drama stream. Oh yeah, we crossed the 1,500 mark. Back last year, early last year, I was at 1,622 subs. I would really love to get up to that number again. We're back to 1,500, you guys. So, you know, last year we went down like 200 or 300 subs we lost, and we've slowly been gaining people back. So hopefully we can get back up to that number I was previously at. But yeah, 40 subs since last night's stream. That's incredible. So thank you to all our new subs, all the new people coming in. Hey, 7 to 9. Nice to see you here, dude. Mutt says, what up, Peacemaker? Nice to see you here, dude. Is CG also dunking on Donald? Do you mean Donald without the D at the end? I mean, they can if they want to. Nobody's obligated to say anything about Donald. Although it's always appreciated when people dunk on him, when people call out his lies and stuff, when people help me expose him. But here's the link again, guys, for the Eternity trilogy. Now we got 18 people in here, so I'm going to share my screen, and we're going to take a look at this campaign, and we're going to get into some more of Donald's lies here. Let's see. Okay, we'll do that so it's not full screen. There we go. Okay, guys. So I guess where this all begins is a couple streams ago, I called out Donald because I said there were all these comments that he just wasn't replying to, like going back like weeks here. Like people were just commenting and he was just leaving them hanging. He wasn't saying anything to them. And as soon as I called him out, he started to reply to them. Although a lot of his replies are pretty passive aggressive. Like Bobby Cooper here, our customer, Bobby Cooper, just says, when the hell am I getting my books? You don't have an email on display either here or on YouTube, and your Twitter account doesn't allow me to send DMs. And Bobby Cooper just wants, you know, Donald to message him, but Donald becomes passive aggressive and says, well, that's confusing because Indiegogo allows you to email me from your contribution page. If my email is listed on my YouTube channel about page, and my DMs are open to everyone on Twitter, whether you follow me or not. Books are on the way. Like, Donald, he did not want this explanation where you're being so passive aggressive. This is not a way to treat customers. Just message him and tell him where the books are. All these people are concerned, and you're not messaging them. You'd rather be passive aggressive. You just be a jerk to these people. Look at all these people you've left hanging for 2 years. For 2 years, all these people were left hanging. But some new comments did come in on here. And so, like, okay, this is from like a day ago where these comments are rolling in here. Like the one I just read where the guy said, you know, like, I don't see your email. And then Donald is passive aggressive, followed by Eli Brown saying, so I understand there was a non-specific issue / mistake with the first attempt at shipping. I mean, I guess that's a way to put it, considering Donald didn't want to tell us, you know, what it was, which he should have. 2 years go by and you better give us all the details. But so Eli Brown says, so I understand there was a non-specific issue / mistake with the first attempt at shipping and that someone else has taken over, but that was over 2 weeks ago. Any further details and or updates you might be able to provide us with on when we should expect these? And then he says, update coming this week. And then he posts a comment here saying, "Hi, everyone. I understand your concerns and wanted to let you know there will be another update coming this week. I'm so sorry for the confusion. Just hang in there a tiny bit longer." You're telling me he could type that, but couldn't have gone over to updates and just typed out this? Like, he did put an update today, but why did it have to wait? Why couldn't he have just given people a straightforward answer? Why couldn't he tell us what went wrong? But then we've got a few other new comments. Philip Reeves says, "You said in the June update that you had hired someone to manage the business side of things. What happened there?" So that's another time where Donald contradicts himself. So we're going to take a look at that update, but let me just read these other ones here. Jason Wester 2 hours ago says, "I don't even care if I get this now, but someone just saying it ain't coming would be appreciated. I feel sure Donald is losing money on this and he can't spell my name right. Nasser spurred out, so I would understand if this just didn't pan out." Well, first of all, I have nothing to do with this book being late. I did my part. I wrote it. Donald's the reason it's late because he hasn't been working on it and he tried to steal everybody's money. And in fact, he did steal my money. And as far as I'm concerned, he stole from all of you guys because no one has a book yet. But let's see. Stuart IMAC says, "Looking forward to getting this." And Paul Mullinax says, "Just read the PDF, fantastic art, good script, if a bit too Deadpool-y for me. Overall, a short, fun read with intriguing characters and universe. Def be backing part 2. Thanks." Well, Paul, I think you really did like my script, but Donald added a few lines that were way too Deadpool-y, that were really cringe and awful. Like, he added a line about male feminists. He's added a line that was like, "You guys fight like male feminists." I thought these books weren't supposed to be political, Donald, but he added a couple cringy lines to my script. So I'm glad you liked my script, even though Donald stole it and stole the money and the credit. But, you know, I'm glad this guy at least likes it. But going back to what Philip Reeves here said, he said, "You said in the June update that you had hired someone to manage the business side of things. What happened there?" That's a good point that I didn't even think about, because Donald did say that. So here, and the update from October 29th, where he admits he lied, he says at the end of it, "I think I need to just stick to making art and letting someone else handle all the business stuff next time. I'm not a smart man. I'm sorry." So he admits he lies, because in the previous one, he's like, "Thanks, everyone that got the books." And then he admits that nobody actually ever got the books. So he lied to all you guys. But he lied in the, let's see, where's the June update? Oh, that one's August. Let me go back a little bit more. Let's see, here we are with June 5th, when he says that. Let's see, he says, and we'll read this whole update, you know, in more detail, but this is from June. This is from June 5th, 2020, 4:29 p.m. He says here, "For the next Brutus book, it will be done before the campaign, and I've hired someone to run the business and technical side to make sure things run more smoothly." So he says back here, I have hired someone. He has hired someone. He said back in June he hired someone. But now he can't keep track of his lies, because in this, you know, in here he says, it was this one right here where he says, let's see, "I think I need to just stick to making art and letting someone else handle all the business stuff next time. I'm not a smart man. I'm sorry." Well, he told us in June he hired someone. Now in October he says he needs to hire someone. So he's lying to all you guys again. Finally, we get a picture from this dude where he shows up with these boxes here. Who knows if there's actually any books in them? But he's willing to post this picture. But how about going back to that June update where he says that all the books were like destroyed in the rain? Like when he says that this project is cursed. And he says here that all these boxes were left out in the rain. And again, I'll read this in more detail. I've already read this update several times on previous streams, but he says that all 2,000 books got damaged in the rain. He wouldn't show us pictures of that, but I mean, he'll show this random picture here. Like, no, this is more serious here. If you're claiming every single book was damaged, that you had to get a refund from the printer, wouldn't you think he would show us the 2,000 damaged books? Are we just supposed to take him at his word? Because there's no picture here of 2,000 damaged books, even of one book. He's never showed us that. So he lies to us countless times. But to say there that he was hiring somebody, and then to say here in October when he's like, "Oh, I need to hire someone," but in June he says, "I did hire someone." So he's lied to us all again. So that was interesting, because I actually didn't realize that. But this dude here, Philip Reeves, did point that out, that Donald did say he had hired someone, and now he's like, no, I need to hire someone. Donal has lied to all you guys repeatedly. He just lies over and over again. Let me see what else is going on with people here in the chat. Let's see, where did I leave off? I left off with this link right here. Let's see, we got Jeff Muth in the chat. I hope I said that right. It says, hey, what up? Nice to see you here, dude. Is there anywhere to buy PDFs of your books, or just Amazon? Just Amazon. They're all available as ebooks. All 5 of my books on Amazon are available as ebooks or paperbacks, whichever you prefer. If you get the ebooks, they're available to read instantly on any device. The paperbacks arrive in about 2 days. As far as my 2 comic books, Stardust and Trixie Kane Blood Reaper, those aren't on Amazon yet. So if you guys want to buy like a PDF of Stardust or Trixie, then you could just message me. Or if you want a hard copy of Trixie or Stardust, you could just message me about those. But as far as my 4 novels and my short story collection, those are ebooks and paperbacks on Amazon. If you want those. 7 of 9 says he got a tracking number from Donal. I'm very intrigued to see if the book actually comes, and to see if he'll ever pay me. Now, Donal, you guys, I should have had the screenshot pulled up. Maybe I could still find it while I'm on the air. But Donal had told me before. He's like, he said, we know we're each going to get 4,000 to 5,000. So can I spend some of the money? So he said we know we're each getting 4,000 to 5,000. And now he told me in a recent email, and I've talked about this previously, but I know we have a lot of new people in here who might not have heard it. He told me recently, he's like, oh, the only money I've left for you is $900 and some change. So he's not even going to pay me a full 1,000, if he even pays me that. But he told me dozens of times, we're each going to see thousands of dollars. And we already know he spent thousands on himself. But now he doesn't want to pay me. Lord Nemesis, master of Pedro Pascal's booty, says, hail. Well, nice to see you here, dude. Let's see. P Money says 7 of 9. Whoa, tracking number. I haven't got one, but I assume that's partially because I'm international, or because the books don't exist. We'll see. Well, his name is Donald DeLay. That's true. What a saga. Hopefully everyone who is excited to receive Brutus will get their books. Hopefully, and hopefully they'll get it, and hopefully I'll get paid. I would love to get paid. I got bills just like everybody else, and he doesn't want to pay me. He has stolen all the money for himself. So if you guys want to buy books that I'll actually see money from, I have 5 books on Amazon and Kindle you guys could all buy. If you want to buy books I'll actually see money from, here's the link. 7 to 9 says, Blacklist Universe. I almost clicked on 7 to 9's comment. That's why. But Blacklist Universe says, everyone has heard this a dozen times. So what? Everybody's heard the Star Wars stuff a dozen times, but they all tune in anyways. How many channels have been built off talking about how awful The Last Jedi is, and they still get, thousands of views each time? People want to hear about this stuff, Mike. I understand people have heard about it dozens of times, but, Mike, I will send you the link if you want to come on. Let's see. Ray Thula says 7 to 9. Have you actually tried to track that number to see if it has actually been shipped? Wow. Mike says, okay, bye. Mike, I said I'll invite you on, man. Samuel Olkey says, hello, all. Nice to see you here, dude. Got a guy from Red Bank in the chat. Bloop says, all hail the Nasser of disaster. Nasser got to eat, says Jason. Right, and speaking of The Last Jedi, says JV, it's terrible. It's completely awful. Let's see, guys. Let me grab the link for StreamYard. Let me get it copied. I'm gonna go to Twitter. I'm gonna invite people on. Mike, if you're still listening, you're invited on, man. I don't know why you're angry with me. But let's see. I'll invite Vic on, even though the chat really roasted him last time. Let's see. I'm inviting everybody from yesterday. I don't know who's going to come by, but we'll invite Ethan and Malin too, and Mike. And I don't know if anybody's going to come by, but there we go. So let's see. Who all has it now? So Vic has it. Ethan has it. Malin has it. Mike has it. So we've got a few people that have the link now. But I'm going to close Twitter now. We'll see if anybody wants to come by. let's see. Superfly Ghost is at Blacklist Universe. I had never read Lone Star. Thank you for providing a free copy to read yesterday. And he really liked it. So that's really good to see. Mike, you can post a link to Lone Star if you want. I don't have it up. I'll pull it up actually in a minute here. Let's see. Full Custom Hot Dog says, unrelated, but did you order those new Puppet Master figures? No, I did not. I would love to. I really would love to, but I don't really have the budget for figures right now. I really got to get that Puppet Master movie, The Littlest Reich. I recently got Blade the Iron Cross. I ordered the DVD and Full Moon upgraded me to Blu-ray. That was really sweet of them. If you guys haven't seen the unboxing of the movies I got from Full Moon's Buy One Get One, they actually upgraded like 2 or 3 of my movies from DVD to Blu-ray. So that was pretty cool. Let's see. Shipping label created. USPS awaiting items at 7 to 9. Let me see. What does it say? Can we give Vic a word limit? I think he already has one. He doesn't talk that much. Well, let's see if he even comes by, though. Nathaniel Kraft says, Grifter's got a grift. That's true. Guy from Red Bank says, I think The Last Jedi was a great movie. I really disagree. Let's see. I'm going to watch New Mutants tonight. Hadn't seen it before. I haven't seen it either. Let me know how it is. Like, don't be so sensitive. That's Liam's thing. I don't know if Mike's still here, but if he is, I'd love for him to come on. Yeah, Jason's posting the link for Lone Star 3. I'm actually going to open that up in another tab, and we'll take a look at Lone Star. I really want you guys to back Lone Star. Let's see. I'm opening it up here. Let me share my screen, and we'll take a look. Give me a second here, guys. Let's see. Share audio. Why is this not working? There we go. Oh, and let me add Vic here real quick. Hey, Vic, how's it going?
Hey, buenos dias, amigo.
Yo, right now we're about to take a look over at Lone Star, and I'm so glad that it's doing well. It's I forgot exactly how much he was at last night when he came on, but I know he crossed the 14,000 mark on the stream, and now he's up to $14,505. I'm really happy to see this, guys. Mike's got 242 backers. He's got 25 days left. He's fully funded, and his books come out. Like I was talking about Donald right now, and over 2 years have gone by, nobody has a book. I don't think you're gonna have to worry about that with Mike, because every book I've ordered from Mike, three books I've ordered from Mike, and I got all 3 of them, and so you guys are definitely gonna get your books. So let me get Lone Star copied here, and I'm gonna put it here in the chat. Of course, Jason's been posting the link too. Use whichever link you want, mine or Jason's. Let's see who could get more referrals. But there's the link there, guys. So if you guys want to check it out, I'm really happy with how this book's doing, guys. You guys could get it for $15 digitally. And this wonderful Kim Jung-ji cover with the Kelsey Shannon colors is $19. So you guys should get that. That's the tier I'm going to get when I get around to backing this book, you guys. But there's the cover right there if you guys want to see it. And it's a really beautiful cover. I think it looks really great. But I'm going to come back here to StreamYard, stop sharing my screen. Vic, what have you been up to today, man?
Insanity, bro. Insanity. Let me tell you.
Insanity. All right, tell us about it.
All right, so I have this Bobo. It's like a free source program. It's supposed to be like Photoshop. It's kind of like old Photoshop in a way, but it's quirky though, because it's got like bugs and stuff. And I gotta look and see if I can find a current updated fix for it. But it's just I'm trying to get these scans clean so we could get them up on the campaign page. And you already have the scans, so you know that the work is there.
Yeah, I have the scans. We just need to get them cleaned up. So hopefully soon. But I'm actually gonna share my screen so you guys can at least see a picture of the cover. Of course, this is not a scan. This is just a picture right here taken with a phone. But this is Vic's cover here for Asile, our upcoming comic. It's coming sometime this month. Really, as soon as we get the scans all cleaned up, as soon as Vic figures out how to do that and get it cleaned up, then we're gonna have it. We're gonna have our campaign put together, and well, we've already been working on it. We're really just waiting on the scans. The scans is all we need to add to the campaign. Then we're basically ready to go. So as soon as these scans come in, then we're launching. So the campaign's been put together. We've been doing accounting. We've signed a contract. Wish I signed one with Brutus here. You're promised thousands, and then you just don't get it. But Asylum here is about a
Yeah,
woman who's hunted by Dracula in an insane asylum. It's coming sometime this month. We just got to get those scans cleaned up, and you guys are gonna dig it.
definitely. Yeah, I mean, it's gonna be a fun, exciting little. It's a fun, exciting little book. I don't want to give away any of the story, but
yeah, I don't want to give away too many
a lot,
spoilers because it's 20 pages, but
right?
it's
But
really fun, you guys. You guys are gonna love it.
a lot of there's a lot more than just Dracula chasing a woman in an insane asylum. That's what I can tell you.
Yeah, like that's the surface. It goes so much deeper.
Oh yeah, and there's so much that happens in this 20-page book. It's like
it's gonna feel like 40. It's like we packed like 40 pages into 20. Like it's really good. It's really good, you guys. And because it takes place in this insane asylum, there's so much room to do more things with future insane asylum stories. So after this, I mean, me and Vic have talked about a couple books we could do next, but I don't know. I think we might, do a few more books set in this insane asylum. Different types of stories.
I like it, man. I like it because we can do different things, right? So, like with this one, the way that we have it set up is really interesting. With the and that's one of the challenging things, but it's also one of the freeing things about it because I can explore a little bit. Is we have basically the sceneries is modeled after late 1800s, early 1900s German expressionism.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean it's pretty wild what you can do when you can just kind of take things in that kind of sort of
right, because it's so like dreamlike. It's so dreamlike and just it's a strange world, like a world where anything could happen.
Right.
And anything could happen in a dream, in this dreamlike world. So it just has so many possibilities for what could happen in the asylum, for even things that could happen outside the asylum in neighboring parts of this really weird world, because everything's so just twisted and demented and strange. It's a really interesting place. And let me read a little bit of the chat here. Full Custom Hot Dog says, I didn't care for Blade the Iron Cross, but I really liked The Littlest Reich. Amazon accidentally had it for $1 on release date. I wish I knew that. I wish I knew they had it for $1, dude. I should buy it, though. I don't think it's that expensive. It's probably like $10. Ray Thulo says, Nasser likes the Puppet Master movies, but didn't like Color Out of Space. Why should we listen to his opinion again? Oh, boy. Color Out of Space really sucked, dude. I'm sorry, but it did. Yeah, people are posting the link for Lone Star. Everybody should definitely go back it. Guy from Red Bank says, I don't feel comfortable about the cover. Oh boy. 30 people in here, guys. Hit the thumbs up or thumbs down, whichever you prefer. Share out the link to the stream. Let's get some more people in here. Let's see. Scooter McDuder says, dude, too much Brutus talk. I get it, man, but sheesh. Well, I don't know, man. Like, people are always tuning into the same old videos about like Star Wars and stuff, and about different, drama things, or about this movie being bad, that movie. So, what's the problem with talking about Brutus a lot? Like, I'm getting screwed out of thousands of dollars, and 1,300 people got screwed out of having a book.
Well, here's a positive thing for for the backers. Donald posted a picture at the post office of a huge amount.
Well, he could post any picture he wants at the post office. I'll believe it when people actually get their books, because he's like too much about this. When he's like, oh, the books went out. Thanks everyone for the kind words. Everyone that got it. Thanks for the pictures. Then he admits, he's like, oh, nobody got the books. I messed up. Like, he lies to everybody's face so much. And like, people like last night in the chat, like there was like Sweetcast and some others were like, oh, I like Donald. Like, you like thieves? Like, I don't get it. I can't understand actually liking Donald. Like, it's just so weird to me.
Well, I mean, that's because of that's really because of what's transpired between you and him. And that's not like diminishing anything, right? Like, when you hear people give you like that kind of feedback, or not have the same reaction that you do, that's not like they condone, what transpired between you guys, but in a sense, even though it was kind of done in like a very public way, and that's honestly, that's on both of you that wound up being very public.
That's on him. I tried to settle it.
I don't blame you for taking it public. I think you held things a long time, but really
it was a long time. Ever since I had left in July of 2019, I hardly said a word about it until in recent times. It was it wasn't that long ago. It was just earlier this year when I started to talk about it. Like, I don't know, probably, like 5 months ago, maybe. Like, pretty much a whole year went by when I, started to talk about it. So, I definitely had to take it. I definitely had to take it public.
What's hard for you, and I get it, man. What's hard for you is that, and the way a lot of people see it is, that's personal business between you and Donald. And yeah, it went bad, it went wrong, but there's a lot of people that were fans of Donald that, Donald didn't do anything yet to screw them over, and, as long as they eventually get their book, right? So, that's like that's a different avenue. You know what I'm saying? So I think, like, don't be mad at people if they're not mad at Donald. You know what I mean?
I get you. I'm not mad at anyone for not being mad at him, but I'm just saying, like, it's really dumb to be like, oh, but especially when we're talking about him not delivering books and him stealing from me, and then for someone in the chat to be like, no, well, I like Donald. Like, what? Like that's what you have to say about this conversation? Like, it's just so strange. But let me read a couple of things here in the chat. Nathaniel Kraft says Nasser needs to get paid, and no one has helped him get paid for over 2 years. Want Nasser to stop talking about it? Get him paid. Yeah, get me paid. And buy my books.
That's not true. Ethan did go to bat for you.
Ethan did help. Ethan did message Donald, and Donald didn't listen.
There's only so much people can do. I mean, it wasn't just Ethan. Other people had kind of said, hey, Donald, just pay him already, and really nobody knew what was going on. I don't think that anybody still does. So
so I got to talk about it more, you mean?
No.
Contrary to people in the chat when they're like, oh no, you've talked about it a lot, and you're like, oh no one knows. So now it's like, oh yeah, I'll just talk about it some more.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, if it's the annoy the audience ploy, which can work.
Well, no, I'm not trying to annoy anybody, but I'm just saying, like, he did, do a new lie, and I talked about it. Like, not everything I talked about was a rehash. I was looking at new comments and a new update from him and how he contradicted himself. Dilla Draw says, is the asylum based off an actual facility? Yeah, when I was writing it, yes. Well, it's sort of twofold. Like, I'll talk about what I had in mind and then what you used for reference. But when I was writing it, I was just thinking of the place in Dr. Caligari.
Right. And then, so when he gave me, like, the basic kind of things to go off from that he wanted to do, I had to start thinking about how I wanted to approach it visually. Now, I live in Massachusetts, and I'm pretty sure most everybody knows Massachusetts is a state that's full of a whole bunch of spooky crap.
Right.
It's where the Salem witch trials were and everything. So just outside of Boston, still on the North Shore, there is it's not there anymore. They turned it into condos. But there was an insane asylum, right, called the Danvers State Mental Hospital. And this place was spooky as hell. I, as a teenager, right, like in my late teens, like 1920, it was like the coolest because it had closed down. It had closed down. So we would go there and we would sneak in and it was the spookiest place you'd ever been in. So I've actually been in this closed down, run down, insane asylum, right? This place was so spooky and so scary that H.P. Lovecraft used it as inspiration in some of his stories. It was the inspiration for the creation of Arkham Asylum from DC Comics. They filmed a movie there called Section 9. I think that's like on either Amazon Prime or on Netflix still. I saw it recently on something. I don't know if that was just for Halloween or not, but that's an excellent movie. That's a spooky movie.
I'll check it out. Dilla Draws says, I understand that anything can happen, but there are hard and fast rules for the horror. Don't worry, Dillard. It's definitely a scary book. Like, don't worry. You guys will be terrified.
Spooky.
Superfly Ghost says, I don't mind at least getting updates on the fairy tale that is Donald's trip to the post office. Oh, totally, dude. Totally. I'm gonna be shocked if anyone actually gets this book. Like, I'm just really shocked if anyone actually gets it. Like, after all the lies, after like, oh no, it all got ruined in the rain, after like all the lies, all the theft, stealing my credit, stealing the money, I'm gonna be totally shocked if anybody gets the book. And I mean, like okay, like I've heard of this scam before. This that this guy has pulled. There's a Bleeding Cool article about it, where this dude would run all these campaigns on Kickstarter and sometimes from different accounts. And what he would do is like, he'd get like 100 backers. So he'd print like 10 books and send it to like just a few people. So then, he could show those comments like, oh, I got the book, and be like, see, people got it, but most people wouldn't. So he would just use that as like his front and be like, see, you could back me, you could trust me. Like, so I wouldn't be surprised if Donald's doing something like that. Like if he sent it to like, like 7 of 9, who's very active on Twitter, or if he sent it to, like just like if he just sent it to like bigger people with like an audience or something, or people that are active.
That would be dumb. Donald is.
He's a dumb guy. He's even admitted it. He admitted it in his update. He's like, I'm not a smart man. So I wouldn't put it past him, though, if he did that.
Yeah, but no, I think even he knows that would be like the end of his career.
This, in my opinion, should be the end of his career. If he's stolen from me so much and he's taking this long to put out a book and he's lied to all the backers so many times, like this should be the end of a person's career.
Well, honestly, I think here's my take, right? Because, we've talked about this to great extent, me and you, Nasser.
Yeah.
And you know exactly how I feel. Like what I was trying to explain earlier, like there's a difference between what transpires with say you and like what my relationship with Donald is, right?
Yeah.
And I know that you have had a hard time understanding what like what my positions on Donald are and everything. But I try to look at it in the fairest context possible. And in this context, the thing is I would say what he definitely owes you money, and he definitely should make some form of arrangement with you, some form of formal arrangement with you with a set amount that you guys determine between yourselves. And
$4,000 to $10,000. We've already said it 1,000 times. 4,000 to 10,000. I'd be happy with 4. Just give me 4, Donald.
So if it's 4, then he's got to be kind of transparent with you and let you know like how he intends to get that to you. And I mean, it may like he kind of indicated.
Yeah, but you saying that's the easy part. Like Donald's he's just not going to do it. Like we've all seen the DM where he's like, we know we're each getting 4,000 to 5,000, and I showed that to him, and I'm like, dude, you promised me here. You said we know we're getting 4,000 to 5,000. He's like, no, that was just a guess. But he's spent thousands on himself, so it's not a guess. He owes me that money. Let's see. Younger, less fat Ethan says Cecil could just give you the money he owes Donald. No, I think Donald said that he's already been, or no, Cecil said that Donald's already been paid. At least that's what somebody told me. I think somebody said that Cecil said it on a stream, like when they were talking about the Brutus situation, that Cecil said something like, I don't know why he hasn't paid Nasser yet. I've paid him. So Donald's been paid. He just doesn't want to pay me. But let's see. Scooter McDuder says, you that money he already blew on his failed coup. I have no clue what that means. There's a link for the Eternity trilogy. Let's see. Nathaniel Kraft says Donald has pulled a classic Rob Liefeld. Did Liefeld do anything like this? I'm not quite sure.
There's, you know, I mean, there's rumors. Yeah. I mean,
oh, go on.
I'm just saying, I know that I've heard stories where, I mean, well, there's obviously the most recent one was the Kickstarter, most recent Kickstarter that he, you know, Brigade Kickstarter that he, I don't know. I
think I do remember that.
I guess he started fulfilling it, but I don't know. From what I understand, there's still thousands of people that never got their book. So I don't know.
Let's see. Jazz Crab says, a writer who can't draw, I understand, but an artist that needs to hire a writer, I don't. Not paying on top of that. Well, I mean, I agree with, like, for the most part, except when you say, but an artist that needs a writer, I don't, because just because you're an artist and can draw a comic doesn't mean it's going to be well written. That's what you need a writer for. It's a rare person that could do both, and Donald definitely can't do both. He's proven he can't do either because his book's not out. But no, I mean, you know, all he had was that drawing. He's like, this is Brutus. Can you write him for me? And I wrote 4 issues of it, and he just won't pay. He didn't even give me the writing credit on the book that I'm owed, that I did the writing. And it even says on the campaign, like, let me show you guys, like, let me share my screen again so we could, like, it's like, it's all over the campaign. Let's see. Right here. With writer Nasser Rabadi and you. See, like, it says writer Nasser, like, everywhere on here, and every time we talked about this book, it always says, you know, Nasser's the writer. It's, I mean, it says it right there. Right here, writer Nasser Rabadi. Like, I'm supposed to be the writer, and he didn't credit me. He put me as co-plotter, which doesn't make sense. We didn't plot. One of his excuses for that was he said, "Oh, well, it was a Marvel style script," which it wasn't. He lied to you guys and didn't upload the actual script. Like, I'll share my screen again. Like, this is another one I disproved. But let me see. Where is it? It's in an update here where he posted the link to the script, but he just took out my page breaks that were there to make it look like it was a Marvel script. Like, let me see what updates it in. It should be around here somewhere. Oh yeah, here behind the scenes when he posts this link here. And like it's like so clearly like edited because like he takes out like the page breaks. Like, this is exactly my script, but I showed everybody like a timestamped email I sent him in a previous stream I did, where like I showed like the timestamped email and it's this script, but like here would say page 1 and then page 2 you'd see around here, and like I went through and did a comparison where I showed everyone that he just took out the page breaks, so he's lied to everybody just like dozens of times. But that was one of his excuses, like, oh no, it was a Marvel script, but he had to change the script to make it look like a Marvel script so he could lie to everyone.
That doesn't mean crap, you know. A Marvel script.
It's still a script. It was still written by someone,
right? And they get paid for the same. A person who writes in that context, right, and hands the basic story, you know, to the artist like that, and then goes back in and maybe elaborates on the dialogue afterwards or whatever. They get paid. It doesn't matter which format you do it in, you know, whether you meticulously lay it out with full dialogue in tow right from the rip, or you wait to see what the artist has put down to put in the dialogue. That those are the two different ways, and there's many different styles and variations on both. You know, there's a great book out there. I don't know if you have it. It's Writing Comics the DC Comics Way.
No, I don't have it.
Of course, that book is you know, it's actually probably going to be worth money now that DC Comics is going away, huh?
Right.
It's an awesome book, man. I highly recommend you get it. It's I believe it's written by Dennis Cohen, and let me see if I have it hanging around here.
Diller Draw says, have you ever considered doing a book with illustrations, but not a full-on comic, more like a novella with Stephen Gamble style illustrations? Sure, but I mean, I don't really have the money to pay for art like that. Like, you know, it's one thing to pay for the book's cover, you know, pay a few $100 for that, but then getting decent enough interior illustrations, I mean, it's just going to make the production of a book so much more expensive. That's the part I like most about these books I put on Amazon is I don't have to pay for someone to draw every page. I just need to pay for someone to draw the cover, you know, do some formatting, you know, hire an editor and then put it out. And it's way cheaper than putting out a comic. But then if I wanted to do illustrations, well, I mean, how many am I going to pay for? Like 10? You know, that could be, you know, another $1,000 maybe on the low end, you know, $100 per illustration. You get 10, that's another 1,000. Like, it's really expensive. And plus my books sell, you know, like hardly anything. Like I said earlier on the stream, I've only sold 6 books this month. So if you guys want to buy some more, I would love to get to 10. Like if we could get like 4 more sales, like I'm putting the link in the chat for the Eternity trilogy. That takes you to a trilogy, but I do have 5 books on Amazon. The links to each of them are in the description. So maybe if I had more book sales where I knew how much I could at least guess how much I'd make back, I'd consider it, but it's just going to be way too expensive.
Speaking of your books, man, you posted today on Twitter, right? That yesterday you wrote 5,000 words. Today you wrote 3,000 words, and it was on a book, The Return to something
Engstrom House,
and it's a sequel to a book that you just written.
Yeah, just finished a few days ago, called The Haunting of Engstrom House.
Now, that's the type of book, and that's the type of title that's gonna draw you some audience.
That's why I wrote it.
Right. So I mean, there's, you know,
I'm not even kidding about that. But go on.
Until the point where, yeah, but I mean, you got to think about it in that sense. You got to think about like marketing your work, especially early work, right? Because
but like that really is the reason I wrote them, because first of all, I absolutely adore the Haunting of Hill House. It's probably the masterpiece of the genre. It's a fantastic book, and I love Shirley Jackson. And so recently they did a Netflix show adaptation, which I haven't watched it. They did it 2 years ago, roughly, maybe a little bit less. I think it came out in 2018.
It was all right. It was all right.
I saw the first episode. I just haven't got around to the rest. But the whole point is like that did so well. They did sort of a sequel to it called The Haunting of Bly Manor, which has nothing to do with the Haunting of Hill House book. They just made it up for Netflix just to have a sequel because the first season did so well. But there's this author I follow on Twitter, and he said something like, he made a tweet. He's like, I think I need to write a book called The Haunting of, you know, ... to cash in on the haunting of ... you know, popularity right now. And I finished up writing I was almost done writing a book when I read that tweet. And so I just decided, like, as soon as I'm done writing this novel I'm writing right now, I'm going to write a Haunting of book. And so after I finished whatever book I was working on, I was like, you know what, now I'll just write my haunting book. So then I wrote my haunting book, and I was like, you know what, these days you got to have a sequel, of course. So I started writing a sequel with different characters from book 1. Just the house is the same.
Yeah, I mean,
that's actually my preferred way to do sequels, is with different characters, but the same themes or the same setting.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just like, I feel like characters, like they get their arc, and then I don't like to mess with it again, you know, which there's occasionally sequels where I have the same character, of course, like in Trixie Kane, of course. You know, we put out Blood Reaper and the sequel's Winter Graves, and of course it's still Trixie, but I don't know. I just feel with most sequels, like I just really want to just write, new characters. And just I like following the same themes and the same settings more than I like following the same characters.
Well, then go, like some of the ideas that we have going, bringing Asile, out further, doing different stories with it, that kind of falls in line with what you just said there.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I was thinking about like I've got some other story ideas in mind for Asile. So we'll see. Like, but I just want to take it one step at a time first, and we'll put out Asile.
Absolutely. Actually, my mind has been racing, and I have a couple ideas to run by you about that too. After we get this one in the bed and get it in the works, I got a couple ideas to run by you and see what you think of some of the ideas that I have. Because I was like, as I'm doing this and I'm basing some of the architecture of the actual, Danvers State, asylum on into our book, incorporating it into our book. It's like all these memories come back, and I remember like different aspects of the building and.
So did you see a ghost in there? Did you actually see a ghost, or like did something weird happen in there?
Here's the thing, man. Like when they closed it down, it was like they took everybody out. They took out like and the employees left, and they locked the doors, and everything else was left inside. I'm talking patient files were in there.
Did you take any home?
No, I didn't. Somebody else, one of my friends did grab, I don't know if it was a file or like some sort of instruction book or whatever. But yeah, they did grab something. But the place had really started to fall apart. Must have been falling apart for years before they closed it. But because there was like all these wooden floorboards that were rotting out and everything.
Yeah, but my question though, like, did you see a ghost? Like, did anything like weird happen to you in there?
Well, yeah, we went down to the basement, right? And there's no lights or anything, so all we had was like a flashlight, and it was like your typical, what you'd expect, like scary, spooky, whatever. And then we get down there, and there are these therapy rooms, treatment rooms that had all of these like really like old torture. They basically were like torture devices, They had all like the leather latches, for the cuffs for the hands and the legs, and all the lockdowns. There was the one that struck me was they had the spinning machine. So it was like a wheel, and I don't know what kind of therapy that would be for, but it, and I don't know if it spun around, but it was like a big circle, and it had like how you would chain somebody up to it, and I was like, holy shit, that's so crazy. But yeah, I mean, they had everything. There was a couple operating rooms there. I mean, that place had such a really strange history, because it was known for having done all of the like really bizarre, strange treatments of the day.
Yeah.
And also they did not allow the residents to have children, right? So there's and this was discovered. There's a burial field outside on the grounds. I think they moved it, but I forget how many, but there were hundreds and hundreds of babies that were buried there. It was the baby field.
That's intense, bro.
Baby Potter's field, yeah. So like I don't know how they I don't know if they just killed the babies. Like,
I got no clue, dude. But that's really upsetting. Like, it makes my stomach turn.
yeah. I mean, this place had a lot of evil in it, and they've turned it into condos. People live there now.
That is sick, dude.
Yeah, what they did was they tore down all of the basic buildings. This complex was ginormous. I showed you the picture of it, right?
Yeah.
This complex was ginormous, and they tore down all the basic parts of the building, leaving the building faces on the fronts and backs, and then they built in between. So they basically rebuilt the guts of the building, and so it's still the same building face, you know.
I'm gonna read a little of the chat here. Dillard Draws says getting an artist to do 8 to 10 small images would be vastly cheaper than a comic. If you get a real editor and the story is solid, I'll do the illustrations on spec. Well, thank you, man. Thank you, Dillard. One of these days, me and Dillard are gonna do a comic. I don't know if he likes my writing.
Dillard's the dude, though, man. He really is.
But I would love to. I would really love to work with Dillard.
Great talent too, man. Fantastic talent.
Yeah, let me get the link to the buckler in just a second here. But Superfly Ghost says, at Dillard Draws, what do you think would be the proper amount of illustrations? 1 every 3 pages? That depends on like the length of the book, I think. Because, well, I mean, my books that I have on Amazon, those novels are each like 200 pages. Like that'd be a lot of illustrations. But let me get the buckler open up here real quick.
Should be at least one for every chapter.
Yeah, probably 1 every chapter. Here we go. And I got the buckler pulled up. I'm going to copy this. I'm going to put the link in the chat. 709 beat me to it. Jalapeno Milk says kick Vic. Superfly Ghost says 50 illustrations for 150 pages. That is intense. I think that's too much. Dillard says 1 every 5 to 6 pages. I still think that's a lot. But let's see. Nasser doesn't deserve an artist of Dillard's caliber, but I'm working with you. Let's see. But yeah, here are the links to the buckler. So click on either one of those. Let's see. Superfly Ghost says, I'm thinking
on it, Jimmy. I'm working on it.
Superfly Ghost says, I'm thinking one have page and ones that might fit in text too. I mean, I don't know. When I think of illustrated book, I think of like, maybe an illustration at the beginning of the chapter. I think if it fits in with the text, it's a little too distracting. I think maybe like it'll say chapter 1 at the top of the page, and then it'll have the illustration, and then the text will start. I think that's kind of how I see it. I don't know. I guess it depends on the book, but I just think if it's in the middle of the text, it might be a little too distracting.
Well, I don't know if you've read like any old copies of like Sherlock Holmes or anything like that.
No, I have some Sherlock Holmes around here. I'm trying to see what shelf I put it on. I can't find it. Dee Willingham sent me some of it. I just don't remember where I put it. It might be behind something. I have a bunch of stuff stacked on my shelves.
Even a lot of the current like printings will include the illustrations from the old original printings, and that's kind of how they did it. It was like what you were just saying, like at the beginning of the chapter, and sometimes it was a full page, and the chapter would begin on the next page. Other times it was like the illustration would take about half the page or 3/4 of the page, and then the text would start.
Yeah, I think when I was in elementary school and I was reading Harry Potter, I think that's how it was too. Right under chapter 1, it would have like a little tiny illustration, and then it would get right into the chapter. So I think that's the best way to do it. Instead of every however many pages, just one a chapter, which might come out to between like 10 and 20 a book. I think. I think my book. I think I wrote a book one time that had 10 chapters, but I think most of the time I get closer to like 20 chapters. I think The Haunting of Angstrom House has 28 chapters, so that'd be like 28 illustrations, Dillard. And he does say back the buckler. Yes, everybody should do that. I'll share my screen in a minute. We'll take a look at it. Dillard, we still have to do that caricature. Me and Dillard, when he was on the show, he was talking about caricatures, and I said he should do one of me that we would auction off, and then all the money that he gets from it, from the sale, we just put it into the buckler. I thought that was a good idea. But last time he was on, he's like, no, I'm not ready to draw right now on stream. I don't know if we should do it on this stream or another one, Dillard. It depends how long it would take. If it would take like an hour, probably not. But if it would be like 20 minutes, maybe. I don't know how long a caricature takes. But, if you have time right now, Dillard, maybe we could do that right now. Do that caricature and then auction it off. But Superfly Ghost says, at the very least, I could see one establishing illustration at the chapter beginning and then one or more at the chapter's most important moment. Maybe, like I said, like if you have the budget for it, sure. But like someone like me, like I don't have much of a budget. That's why, like, I don't know, like artists sometimes will message me like, oh, keep me in mind if you want to like work on something. I'm like, oh, okay, like a collaboration, and then they're like, well, I charge $125 a page. I'm just like, I'll keep you in mind, but like you got to understand, like if I that's the tough part about comics. Like that's another benefit of a book is I don't have to worry. I could tell the story as I want to at whatever length. But then when I do a comic, now I have to think about how much I'm paying per page, and a story that I might want to tell that, would probably be 200 pages. It's like, now I got to condense it to 20, 30, 60 maybe pages. Because now I have to keep in mind how much I have to pay, how much I might have to raise if I crowdfund it. And, it's just really difficult. It's really difficult. So, like that's the tough part. Let's see. I used to ape Stephen Gamble's ink wash illustrations from the scary stories to tell in the dark for like 2 years. I was going through a phase, my mom said. I love those illustrations, though. Fun fact, actually, I wrote a comic once, and I called the haunted house in it the Gamble House after Stephen Gamble. Yes. I actually include that whole script at the end of my book, Why Comic Book Writers Suck, but I haven't published that book yet. I'm waiting on, we're doing a fix on the cover, and I still have to do some edits to. I did 2 drafts of the book, but there's a couple points I want to add in, and I gotta edit some things. So yeah, but that book's coming. But yeah, my comic script that I wrote that has the Gamble House in it, that's in that book. Maybe we'll have like a bunch of submissions from people of who could draw the best Gamble House whenever that book's out. Dillard draws says, next time I'm drawing the buckler. Alrighty, Dillard. Then next time he'll come on and we'll do the caricature, and whatever it makes when we auction it off, that'll go into the buckler. I think that's a really good idea to make it as goofy as possible.
That's a stream that you should hype, like on Twitter. Like you set it for a day ahead of time, so that a day ahead of time, and then you just tweet it out on Twitter, and you get
That's a good idea. We're gonna hype that stream. Actually, we shouldn't do that spur of the moment. Dillard, right. Let me know.
And make it a buckler promo stream.
Yes. Okay, we're gonna do a second buckler promo stream, and it's gonna be about the caricature. We'll get the caricature drawn, and then we'll auction it off, and all the money will go into the buckler. I think that's actually an even better idea than the initial caricature idea. But Dillard, let me know what day you want to do this. Like if you want to do it tomorrow or after, just let me know. For those that don't know, I actually have 3 weeks off work. I don't go back till the 8th because they closed down for Corona. So these 3 weeks, I'm getting paid to chill at home. So get to write a lot, get to watch some movies, and get to do more of these streams. So yeah, these 3 weeks, I've got a lot of time. So we could really do that stream whenever, Dillard. So just let me know, man, and we'll have this Dillard shill stream for the buckler, and we'll do the caricature. I think that'll be a really good one. Dillard's one of my favorite guests to have on because he first of all, he's really like energetic, you know, like great to bounce off of, and he always has great stories to tell. Let's see, why comic book writers suck. I feel like I read that book already. Oh boy, it's gonna be a really good one. Make sure the time's not wasted. You got a gift right now. Okay. Anybody who knows me knows I'm always writing. Like I never waste time. It's the first thing I do when I wake up. I don't even eat. I come down here to write. I'll drink water before I write, but I wake up, I drink water, I come down here and I write. I'm posting the link again for the buckler. Everyone should definitely back it. It looks like Vic dropped out of here. I don't know if his phone disconnected, if he's coming back, but I'm going to share my screen and we'll take a look at the buckler, of course. Let's see. And here we go. Here we go with the buckler. Let's see if it went up. Let's see if it went up. I always like doing this. Is at 35.54. All right, it's still at 35.54. 64 backers, 19 days left. And Dillard has been fully funded since the first day. And I think you guys should all back this. You could get it digital for $10. I think that's a really good deal. You guys could get it for $30, get the physical copy. $90 gets you the book, the ash can, and some art. You can get the book and a page of interior art. So far, only 1 out of 10 claimed, and most of this book is drawn digitally. So these pages are rare. So you guys want to get in on this. You guys want to get one of these. As far as that other art tier, by the way, 15 out of 20 claimed, only 5 left. So get it while you can. Get this tier. Make Dillard draw. You know, make him spend a lot of time drawing these commissions, guys. Put him to work. Put him to work. He's got 5 of those left. 15 out of 20 claimed. So get one of those commission pieces. But also right here for 300, how you get the book and the original page. Only 1 out of 10 claimed. So there's still a lot of those up for grabs. There's also the original cover painting plus everything else. So you get those commissions, you get a page of original art, and you get the book and you get the ash can. And this is a beautiful painted cover. I really think you guys, if you could afford this, you know, if we got that one rich backer out there, I mean, I would love to see you guys buy this, you know, especially on my stream. Like if you're going to buy this, do it while I'm streaming. So that way we could brag about it, that it happened on my channel. But the buckler, you guys should definitely get this book. And here are some previews. I think this is the opening to the book right here with his Winnipeg lettering right there. And he's got some more previews right here. I'm really digging this art. I think everybody loves this page right here. But yeah, you guys should all definitely back the buckler, everybody. I really want to see this book make as much as it can. I want to see Dillard get up to like 10 grand. I would love that. I would love it if this book gets up to like 10 grand, you guys. Okay, Vic's not back. I don't know if he's coming back, but let me stop my screen and let me put the buckler link one more time so we can get let's get Dillard some more backers, guys. We got 21 people in here, guys. Hit the thumbs up, thumbs down, whichever you prefer. Share out the link to this stream. Let's get some more people in here. I'd love to get some more people watching. And of course, if you guys aren't subbed yet, please do. I think we gained like 40 subs from last stream. So if we've still got new people in here that aren't subbed yet, please do. Yeah, Dillard says tomorrow is good. Let me know what time. Tomorrow, Wednesday. We could do Wednesday at like noon. You want to do it tomorrow at noon? Tomorrow at noon sounds good to me, Dillard. Central time, of course. So I think that's 1 Eastern, 12 noon, 1 Eastern. We could do that. Let me know if that's good with you, dude. Have you tried Chris Fox's Right to Market book? No, I have not. Let's see. Dillard Draws is or Superfly says Dillard Draws should do voiceover work. That is one smooth voice cat. He posts a rolling eyes emoji. I don't know if that's to me or to Superfly Ghost there. I don't know. I don't know. Is that to me, Dillard? Let me know. But yeah, Dillard, if tomorrow at noon Central works for you, we could definitely do that stream tomorrow at noon. Yeah, it'd be a really awesome buckler shill stream. We'll do that caricature. We'll auction it. Maybe we'll talk about drama. Who knows? But I think it'll be a good stream, Dillard. But tomorrow at noon, let me know. Let me know. Because now he's not saying anything. The last thing in the chat's that like rolling eyes emoji. So Dillard's making it real awkward on me. But of course, I also got to put the link to my books. Let me get this copied here. This link will take you to my 5 books on Amazon, you guys. These are books Donald can't steal from me. If you buy these books, I'll actually get paid for these. Donald can't steal from me. I have 5 of them on Amazon and Kindle, of course. The Eternity Trilogy, Eternity, Inner Demons, and Locked Coffins. There's my short story collection, The Eclipse Theater. There's also my horror comedy Duality. Oh man, Julius Freeman comments, this great stream last night. You made comics history. Maybe, yeah, maybe it was comics history. We'll see. I think it depends how it pans out, I guess, between everybody. But I think, you know, it was a really great stream, and I think, you know, we got some things talked out there, you know, with Ethan and Mike, and I hope everybody can be cool again. The last, you know, year and a half was a bunch of really dumb arguing from everybody, and I just hope we could all put it behind us and that everybody could be cool again. Yeah, Dillard says that's fine. I'll be there. He puts the eyes emoji. So okay, guys, tomorrow at noon we're gonna have Dillard on for a super chill stream, and and we'll do the caricature of Nasser, and we'll auction it off, and all the money that it raises will go into the buckler. So all the money it raises, I don't know if you guys should just PayPal it straight to Dillard. I'll talk to Dillard about it, but maybe like maybe you should just donate it just straight to the campaign. I was trying to think like how it would work, but maybe like the highest bidder will like just donate it to the campaign, and then we just send it to you after the donation is put in. Maybe I think that'll probably be the best way to do it. But I'll talk to Dillard about it. But anyways, guys, you know, we've been going for over an hour, so I think it's about time to end the stream, you guys. So thank you all for tuning in. We still got about 21 people in here, so please share out the link because maybe someone might want to catch it on replay. Hit the thumbs up, thumbs down, of course, back the buckler, buy my books, and let's see, Dillard, I'm going to send you the StreamYard link just so we could, I guess, discuss some more details about tomorrow, man. I'll send it to you in just a minute on Twitter. But thank you very much, everybody, for coming by. Peace.